Hey everyone! Welcome back to Coins Dealer. Today, we're diving into a remarkable coin that has caught the attention of collectors and investors alike, the 1952 Lincoln penny. This little piece of history isn't just a penny, it's a potential $1 million find. Let's get into it. The 1952 penny was minted in San Francisco and is part of the famous Lincoln penny series, which has been in circulation since 1909. But what makes this particular coin so special? After World War II, the U.S. economy was recovering, and coin production ramped up. However, certain mintages, like the 1952 were lower than expected. This scarcity contributes significantly to its value today. So, what exactly makes the 1952 penny worth so much? Let's break it down. The 1952 penny had a mintage of only about 28 million coins. While that sounds like a lot, many have been lost, damaged, or melted down over the years. The value can skyrocket based on its condition. Uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS 65 and above, can fetch thousands at auction. There are notable varieties of the 1952 penny, including some with unique die errors. These can be particularly sought after by collectors, significantly boosting their value. Now that we know why this penny is valuable, how do you identify it? Here's what to look for. First, check for the mint mark located just below the date on the front. This indicates it was minted in San Francisco. Examine the overall design for clarity. Look for sharp details on Lincoln's portrait and the wheat stalks on the reverse. If you think you found one, consider having it graded by a professional service. A higher grade can significantly increase its market value. Now, let's share some incredible stories from collectors who have hit the jackpot with the 1952 penny. One collector found an MS 66 example in their grandmother's coin jar and sold it for over $50,000. Another collector purchased a batch of old coins at a garage sale and discovered a 1952 penny worth over $10,000. So, there you have it. The 1952 mint mark penny is not just any coin, it's a potential treasure worth millions. If you're a collector, keep your eyes peeled for this elusive penny. We're diving into a coin that has collectors buzzing. It's the 1964 mint mark penny. You might be surprised to learn that this little coin can be worth a staggering $1 million. So, let's get into the details. The 1964 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver and is part of a series that commemorates President Abraham Lincoln. At first glance, it looks like any ordinary penny, but there's a twist. This coin is rare due to a unique error that occurred during the minting process. What makes the 1964 penny so special? During the production of these coins, a handful of them were struck with a major error, a double die obverse. This means that the front side of the penny has been stamped twice, creating a noticeable doubling of the features, especially on Lincoln's hair and the date. Collectors are always on the lookout for these errors, and they can drive prices sky high. So, how much is the 1964 double die penny worth? Well, examples in mint condition have sold for over $1 million at auctions. Just last year, one sold for an astonishing $1.7 million. This makes it one of the most sought-after pennies in the market today. Now, you might be wondering how to identify if you have this rare coin. Here are some tips. Use a magnifying glass to examine the coin closely. Check for any doubling in the inscriptions, especially in the word Liberty and the date. Make sure you have the mint mark on the reverse side, which indicates it was minted in Denver. Coins in higher grades, MS 65 and above, are the ones that fetch the highest prices. If you're looking to find a 1964 double die penny, your best bet is at coin shows, auctions, and specialized online marketplaces. Just remember to do your research and ensure you're buying from reputable dealers to avoid counterfeit coins. We're diving into a coin that's not only a piece of history but also a rare treasure that could be worth a staggering $1.3 million. That's right, we're talking about the elusive 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. So, what makes this penny so special? Grab your magnifying glass and let's find out. First off, the 1975 Lincoln penny features the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, while the reverse showcases the famous wheat design. However, what sets the 1975 penny apart is the absence of a mint mark. Most pennies minted in the United States have a mint mark indicating where they were produced, like the D for Denver or the S for San Francisco. But the 1975 no mint mark penny was struck in Philadelphia, and that's where the mystery begins. Now, let's talk about rarity. The 1975 no mint mark penny was minted in significantly lower quantities than other years, making it a hot commodity among collectors. While most pennies from that era are worth only a few cents, this one has sold for as much as $1.3 million in auction. Yes, you heard that right. Prices can vary, of course, depending on the coin's condition, grading, and demand. Coins in mint condition, particularly those graded by organizations like PCGS or NGC, can command astonishing prices. So how can you tell if you have a genuine 1975 no mint mark penny? Here are a few tips. Make sure the date reads 1975, and there's no mint mark. Look for any wear or damage. A well-preserved coin is crucial for value. If you think you have one, consider sending it to a professional grading service for an evaluation. The 1970s were a transformative time in American history, marked by significant social and economic changes. The minting of this coin reflects a period when the U.S. was transitioning from a more traditional economy to one that embraced modern influences. This penny is not just currency, it's a snapshot of that era. Who knew a simple penny could be worth so much? If you have a 1975 no mint mark Lincoln penny, you might just be holding on to a fortune. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing coin stories, and drop a comment below if you have any questions or want to share your coin collecting journey. 1967 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. This little penny could be worth a fortune. So, if you're a coin collector or just curious about rare coins, stick around. The 1967 Lincoln penny is part of the famous Lincoln series, introduced back in 1909. Now, normally, these pennies are quite common. However, what makes the 1967 penny with no mint mark truly special? Let's break it down. First, let's clarify what we mean by no mint mark. In the United States, coins are typically marked with a mint mark to indicate where they were produced, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. The absence of a mint mark on the 1967 penny means it was minted in Philadelphia, which is standard for that year. Now, here's where it gets interesting. While most 1967 pennies are worth just a few cents, the no mint mark version can be valued significantly higher, up to $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. But why? The high value comes from its rarity. In 1967, there was a major error at the mint, leading to very few of these no mint mark pennies being produced. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare coins, and if you happen to have one in mint condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. So, how do you identify a 1967 no mint mark penny? First, check the date. Then, look for the absence of a mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. If it's clear, you've got a potential treasure on your hands. If you think you might have this rare coin, you're probably wondering where to sell it. There are several avenues you can explore. Coin shops, online auctions, and even coin shows are great places to start. Just make sure to get your coin appraised by a professional to ensure you get its true value. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting with a special focus on a rare gem, the 1976 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. This little coin has a staggering current market value of $1.2 million. But what makes it so special? Let's find out. First, let's take a step back in time. The year 1976 was significant for the United States, marking the nation's bicentennial. This year, the U.S. Mint produced several coins to celebrate this milestone, including special editions of the quarter and half dollar. However, not all coins from this era are created equal. Among them is the infamous 1976 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Now, what exactly is the 1976 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? First, let's clarify what a mint mark is. It indicates where the coin was minted. Most pennies from this era carry a mint mark, but this particular coin does not. The absence of a mint mark on a penny from 1976 is exceptionally rare and contributes to its high value. In fact, it's believed that only a handful of these coins exist, making it a hot item among collectors. Currently, the 1976 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is valued at a whopping $1.2 million. How did it reach such astronomical heights? The rarity, historical significance, and demand among collectors all play a role in driving up its price. Coins like this are not just currency, they're a piece of history. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for a chance to own a piece of that history. So, how can you identify if you have one of these valuable coins? Here are a few tips. Check that it clearly reads 1976. The 1 cent denomination should be visible. Ensure there's no D or S mint mark beneath the date. If you find one, it's not the coin we're looking for, and remember, if you think you have one of these rare coins, get it appraised by a professional. You could be sitting on a small fortune. We're diving into a fascinating topic that might just make you check your pockets and piggy banks. We're talking about the 1969 D mint mark penny. This little coin could be worth $1 million. That's right, a penny. So, if you've got one lying around, stick around to find out why it's so special. The 1969 D penny was minted in Denver, and at first glance, it looks like any other Lincoln penny. But what makes this coin so valuable? In 1969, the U.S. Mint produced a unique variety known as the double-die obverse. This means that the image of Lincoln on the front of the penny was stamped twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect. Collectors and numismatists recognize this error as one of the most sought-after coins from the 20th century. The 1969 D penny is part of a small group of double-die coins that are incredibly rare, making it a prized possession for coin enthusiasts. So, how can you identify a 1969 D double-die penny? First, look for the clear doubling on the "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" inscriptions on the front. You might also notice the doubling on Lincoln's tie and the date itself. If you see these features, you could have a valuable coin on your hands. Make sure to compare it with a regular 1969 D penny. The differences can be subtle but significant when it comes to value. Now, let's talk numbers. Depending on its condition, a 1969 D double-die penny can fetch anywhere from a few $100s to over $1 million at auction. In fact, the highest graded specimens have sold for astronomical amounts, some reaching prices over $1 million. That's a life-changing sum for a single penny. Because these coins are so rare, they often attract the attention of serious collectors and investors alike, driving up their value. If you're a collector, or just starting out, here are a few tips. Always check your pennies, especially if you find them in old change jars or collections. If you think you have a double die, consider getting it appraised by a professional. And remember, the better the condition of the coin, the more it's worth. Store your coins safely in holders or albums to prevent any damage that could decrease their value. So, there you have it. The 1969 D mint mark penny could be hiding in plain sight, worth potentially millions. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more exciting coin discoveries. Comment below if you've ever found a rare penny or if you're now inspired to check your collection. We're diving into a coin that might be sitting in your pocket right now, the 1973 D Lincoln 1 cent penny. Did you know this little piece of history is currently worth a whopping $1.4 million? Let's find out why. The Lincoln penny, first minted in 1909, honors one of America's greatest presidents, Abraham Lincoln. The 1973 D variant was minted at the Denver Mint, and while millions were produced, a select few have characteristics that make them extraordinarily valuable. So, what makes the 1973 D so special? Let's break down the key features of the 1973 D Lincoln penny. On the obverse, you have the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse displays the iconic 1-cent engraving. However, what's important to note are the mint mark and the condition of the coin. The D indicates it was minted in Denver, and the condition, whether it's in uncirculated, mint state, or lower grades, greatly affects its value. Now, let's talk rarity. The 1973 D penny is not particularly rare in general, but certain specimens, especially those with specific die varieties and in pristine condition, have fetched astonishing prices. In fact, one of these rare coins sold for $1.4 million at auction. That's right, a penny worth more than a luxury car. So, how can you identify if your 1973 D penny is one of those rare finds? Look for signs of doubling on the lettering or an unusual finish. High-grade coins, particularly those graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, are what collectors are after. If you think you might have one, get it appraised. Beyond its monetary value, the 1973 D penny represents a pivotal time in American history. The 1970s were marked by significant cultural and political changes. This coin is not just a currency, it's a symbol of a generation. The stories these coins can tell are just as valuable as their price tags. So, what do you think? Do you have a 1973 D Lincoln penny lying around? If so, it might be worth a closer look. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing coin discoveries. Share your thoughts or questions about coins in the comments below. We're diving into a fascinating piece of numismatic history, the 1972 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, which is currently valued at a staggering $1.5 million. If you're a coin enthusiast or just curious about what makes this penny so special, stick around as we uncover its history, rarity, and current market value. First, let's talk a bit about the background. The 1972 Lincoln penny was minted during a time when the United States was experiencing significant economic changes. In the early 1970s, the country was grappling with inflation, and the value of coins was becoming more scrutinized. But what sets the 1972 no-mint mark penny apart from other coins from that year? Most coins are stamped with a mint mark indicating where they were produced. For pennies, the presence of a P denotes Philadelphia, D for Denver, and S for San Francisco. However, the 1972 penny without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. But what happened during this year is where it gets really interesting. In 1972, there was a major error that occurred during the minting process, resulting in a handful of these coins being struck with a unique double die obverse. This means that the image of Abraham Lincoln on the front of the penny was struck twice, creating a slight overlap in the design, which is highly sought after by collectors. Finding a genuine 1972 no-mint mark penny in good condition is already a rare feat, but if you happen to have one with the double die error, you're in for a significant payday. These coins have been selling at auction for upwards of $1.5 million. Now, let's discuss the current market for this particular penny. Over the past few years, the demand for rare coins has skyrocketed, and with collectors always on the lookout for high-value additions to their collections, the 1972 no-mint mark penny has become a hot commodity. Recent auctions and private sales have confirmed that prices can reach staggering heights, especially for those in mint condition or with identifiable errors. If you think you might have one of these hidden gems, it's worth taking a closer look. Here are some tips on how to identify if your penny is a 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Make sure it clearly shows 1972 without any mint mark. Examine the front of the coin closely for any doubling on the letters in Liberty or the date itself. The better the condition, the more valuable it is. Look for scratches, dents, and overall wear. A magnifying glass can help you spot those subtle details that can make a huge difference in value. In conclusion, the 1972 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is not just a piece of currency, it's a testament to the rich history and intricacies of coin collecting. If you have one of these rare pennies, you might just be sitting on a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their values, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Also, leave a comment below if you've ever come across a rare coin or if you have any questions. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, focusing on a specific gem that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike, the 1994 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, which is currently valued at a staggering $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.4 million. So, let's get into the details of what makes this coin so special and how you can identify it. The 1994 Lincoln penny is part of the iconic series that features President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. However, what sets the 1994 no-mint mark penny apart is its rarity and the unique story behind it. To understand its value, we need to look at the minting process. In 1994, the Philadelphia Mint produced coins without a mint mark, which is typical for pennies struck there. However, an anomaly occurred during the minting process. Certain coins were struck with a weak strike or errors that make them highly sought after. So, how can you identify this coin? First, look for the absence of a mint mark, which is located just below the date on the obverse. The 1994 no-mint mark penny should have a clear date of 1994, with Lincoln's portrait facing the left. Make sure to check for any imperfections or unusual characteristics that might indicate it's one of the rare varieties. Now, let's talk about the market value. The current worth of the 1994 no-mint mark penny has skyrocketed to around $1.4 million due to its rarity and the growing demand among collectors. In recent years, a few of these coins have sold at auction for jaw-dropping prices, driving interest even higher. If you think you might have one of these valuable coins, consider taking it to a reputable coin dealer or a professional appraiser for evaluation. You can also find them at coin shows, online auction sites, and even local estate sales. Just be sure to do your research and verify the authenticity before making any transactions. To wrap things up, the 1994 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is more than just a piece of currency, it's a piece of history that could potentially change your financial future. If you enjoyed learning about this amazing coin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more coin content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you have any rare coins? I'd love to hear about them. We have an incredible coin story that's sure to excite every collector out there. We're diving into the 2003 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has recently made headlines for fetching a staggering $1.3 million. So, if you're a coin enthusiast or just curious about rare finds, stick around because this is one you won't want to miss. Let's start with the basics. The 2003 Lincoln penny is part of the popular series celebrating Abraham Lincoln, and like every penny, it was initially produced to commemorate the life and legacy of one of America's most beloved presidents. However, the fascinating twist lies in the fact that this particular penny doesn't have a mint mark, which is the tiny letter that indicates where it was minted. But what does it mean when we say no mint mark? Coins typically have a mint mark to signify their origin, such as D for Denver or P for Philadelphia. However, this penny was minted in Philadelphia and was produced without the standard P mint mark, which is what makes it so unique and desirable among collectors. Now, let's talk about rarity. While the 2003 penny was widely produced, the specific no mint mark variety is exceptionally rare. In fact, only a handful of these coins are believed to exist, which significantly drives up their market value. Recent sales at auction have shown that collectors are willing to pay top dollar for this elusive coin. To give you an idea of the current market trends, we've seen the value of the 2003 no-mint mark Lincoln penny skyrocket to an astonishing $1.3 million. This remarkable figure is not just a random occurrence, it reflects the growing interest in rare coins and the collectible market's willingness to invest in unique pieces of history. So, how can you identify this precious penny? Here are a few tips. Ensure that it's a 2003 penny. A genuine 2003 penny with no mint mark will have a clean field on the obverse side, where Lincoln's portrait appears. The better the condition of the coin, the higher the value. Look for coins graded as mint state or proof. If you think you might have a 2003 no mint mark Lincoln penny, or you're looking to invest in one, there are a few places to consider: reputable coin dealers, online auctions like eBay, or specialized coin shows. Always ensure to do your research and verify the authenticity of the coin before making any transactions.